Hi, welcome. So, Amber and I are here together today to talk a little bit about our upcoming trip, and we're so excited. Amber, how are you tonight?
Hi, Val. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a beautiful day here in Holland. And so happy to be talking to you tonight to share a little bit about our upcoming trip, everything that we have prepared, that we've been talking about. So I'm very excited to see you.
Yeah, it's really fun. And I love that we met like through a an online group that's focused on metaphysics and all things like that through the US, but we both live in the Netherlands. That's kind of
Right.
cool. Really like that. And it's been so fun getting to know you. So, we have this trip and we'd met up. We both found out we'd both been to Glastonbury and Avebury. I think we both individually had felt called to do some more um, land energy work, and we have some things together that I think are a good match in how we can provide a really cool experience together for people. Um, so yeah, tell me a little bit because you had a very clear sort of draw to do this trip specifically at this time. Do you want to share a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true, actually. Over the past 2 years, I've traveled to the UK on a couple of occasions. I think it was the first time ever that I went to Glastonbury and got introduced to the land over there. And past February, I was there again to actually do a Vipassana retreat. And I was in meditation, and I got a vision that I was supposed to be contacting you. And we didn't meet that long before all of that, right? Yeah, it's just
Oh, not
interesting
at
how
all.
this all
That's so
went.
cool.
And I had a vision and an intuition that I had to contact you to travel to the lands of the UK together. Yeah, I contacted you. I shared some of my thoughts. I've been given a couple of locations as to where to go to, and yeah, the clear invitation that I got was to actually bring people together and bring the peoples to the lands. So yeah,
Very exciting. Yeah, and when we were talking about it, it made so much sense to me because I found a really deep connection there. I traveled there on solstice 2 years ago, and it was very powerful. And I really found the ley lines there, the land energy there. As you know, I've done some of that work, going to Peru and sharing some of that energy work. But I've actually been doing these trips for a few years on my own to research these things and do this work. So I was like, yes, I'd love to go back and visit those areas and work with a group because the power of the group is so power. It just magnifies things. So when we get together and do these things, you meet amazing people. You have an increase in activations, you have an increase in downloads and codes, and the positive impact we can have on the land. So all sorts of things.
absolutely.
So
Would,
what do you
would,
want to share about it?
yeah, no, I actually wanted to ask you the same thing. Would you be willing to share a little bit with us about, how you've been working with the land in those past experiences? Because I know we talked about this personally, and you shared some of the ways in which you do this with me, but I think it's also beautiful to share this with whoever's listening to our video. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been working with land energies unconsciously my whole life and more aware from my teens, and then got into crystal work and dowsing and stuff very early 20s. Did that work, energy healing for a while, then went back to school, got my psychology degree, but I always was interested in land energy, and I have been lucky to live in many beautiful places, high energy places. My father lived in Sedona, so I've been there several times. My daughter was born in Byron Bay, which is a big energy point and activation. I lived there. I've traveled many different places, and then I look back through the maps of the ley lines and the gates and the places. and I've actually been to quite a few of them. So I've definitely been on this path for a while. And then it just really a joy of mine to go to these beautiful places and find kind of the areas. And I don't always research. I don't always, I mean, I tend to almost afterwards because I like to just feel into it. And sometimes it's a vibration, sometimes it's dowsing with dowsing rods. It can be various things, but that's part of what I want to share in this experience is teach people how to do that because there's multiple ways to do it and we're all able to. So, yeah, just
Yeah,
to
I
keep
love
it
that.
brief.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I just think it's so inspiring, to hear how you do that and how you've been actually always doing that, right? Probably, yeah, like unconsciously before, but now, yeah,
I
you
always
certainly
found
expand.
magical spaces. Like one of the examples that I was reflecting on the other day is when I was 5 and we were in the beautiful stands of the redwoods in California. My family had taken a trip down there because I grew up in Oregon, which is not too far away. Um, and I wandered off this trail and they're like, Valerie, Valerie, where are you? Where are you? And I had found this tree that had a full teepee size gap in the base of it
Oh,
that you
wow.
couldn't see from the front of the tree. And I just wandered off around behind it and I was sitting inside the tree. They found me.
Love
So
that.
yeah, I think I've been talking to trees for a long time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's definitely how I've gotten to know you. So,
Like, oh, come look at this one. This
yeah,
one's fun. Anyways, so
yeah,
yeah,
love that.
we have it. It's actually coming pretty soon, this trip, though.
Yeah,
So we have some dates in the end of April. So since it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday experience, we've set it up so that people can come for the weekend. And you can come if you're already in the UK, you can come from around Europe. If you're really keen, you can join us from wherever. Um, but it
absolutely. So
is going to be, yeah.
maybe it would be a good idea to let the people know, where we will be traveling to, right?
Mhm.
Because we will be visiting a couple of locations.
Yep.
And I know that you have prepared a little bit about our itinerary for what it is exactly that we will do, but mainly to let people know, we will be going to Glastonbury, right?
Yep.
Which is actually a reflection of the heart center, of some ancient architecture that has been, stored in the lands. It's an area that was actually very much used by the original Essenes. And a lot of people walked that land before us, before the Church of Rome snuffed it out, the energy in the lands. So we will be going there to Glastonbury, right? Some very potent dragon energies coming online there as well, because it's good to let the people know that we will be holding a dragon energy activation retreat,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yeah. So we'll be very much working with these energies again. And we will be going to Avebury Henge, yeah, which is also actually an ancient activation site, which activates our six-dimensional and seven-dimensional frequencies and is known to be a Hero Gamos activation portal as well. So that's basically the energies that are coming online again, like in the earth and in the grids of the earth, but also in humanity. And that's a phase that is actually representing our building of our wings again, yeah, like our cosmic energetical wings. So that's very much what the energy of Avebury is connected to. And then we will also be going to the Glastonbury tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah, well, we're at Avebury, so that's also one of the biggest stone circles in the world, and it's so cool because you can walk inside it like there's a whole village inside it. It's huge if you've never been. And some beautiful tree circles and areas around it, Silbury Hill, there's the Downs. So there's other areas there that we can do some grid work playing, and then also, like you said, some of our activations because there's a lot of land energy there. And this is the thing is you go to these spaces, the tour, Chalice Wells, where we're going to be going to in Glastonbury, the Abbey Gardens. These are all areas that were positioned on the Michael Mary line, which is again that masculine and feminine line crossing up through the UK, and is quite powerful for
Yeah,
bringing energies in for the whole planet, actually. And so it's both a place that needs a bit of love. So doing these practices there brings some good energy to the space as well as allowing ourselves to have activations. Um,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, so I
But
think that the Magdalene energies, the Mother Mary energies, we're going to be doing some work with the oils and mantras. Do you want to tell a little bit about that?
absolutely, yeah. That's actually, like some of the practices that we've already been doing on the lands there. Huh? So,
Mhm.
the way in which we will be doing that is actually through using ancient songs that are in our original founders' language, which is called Anohazi. Right, so we will be doing solar activations, solar salutations, because we will be doing the sunrise as well, right, to the Glastonbury tour. So yeah, we will be using those ancient sound tones into activating the lands, and we will be also bringing back some of that Magdalene energy through explaining a little bit about working with the sacred oils. Because as we talked about, like Glastonbury is also very much connected to the Magdalene lineage. A lot of Marys walked those lands before us, so we just thought it was very cool to bring some of that ancient knowledge back to the groups again, and to learn to work with the medicine of the Christ lineage, because that's what it really was, working with the oils and with the water element. So yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. And these things just they come in on a deep level when you're working with sound, when you're working with the oils, when you're working with the land energy frequencies. There's change that happens that you feel in the moment, and then it continues and unfolds over time. So I'd like to offer just some practicals
Yeah.
to kind of give people an idea if they're curious, if they're interested. You have great information and the full itinerary posted on your website, and we have it on Eventbrite and Hipsy, and there's various places that will link or find a way to get that information to you. But the dates are April 25th. It starts at 2 p.m. in the afternoon to give you time to get there, get organized. And we are going to be able to go to a lovely temple area in Glastonbury. It's a beautiful workshop space right in the center. Glastonbury is super cute if you've never been there. A lot of character, really lovely place. So if you can go early, do. If you can stay late, do. But we wanted to make it manageable for people.
Yeah,
So
we
we've
actually
got,
have a very nice location for that, right? So we will be in the
yes.
St. Margaret's Chapel. So it will be a sacred, opening of that space, and very much connected to the genuine energies of the land. So yeah,
Yeah,
we did
so
that.
we have yes, this workshop space at the beginning, and then we have dinner, then we go to the chapel for our own private. We have rented it out for just us, so that's super exciting. We get to have our own ceremony there. And then the next day we will meet up to do a activation with more of the oils and sound, maybe some information, and then we'll have lunch and go off to Silbury Hill, Avebury, and the other areas, um, and have that whole afternoon. We'll have a van to drive you, so you do need to get your own lodging, but we sort out the sort of basics of it, and we'll guide you through all that. So it will be pretty hassle free, and I'll do the driving, so you don't have to worry about the other side of the road. Um, so then we will have time to do dowsing and more interactions. The nice thing is when you're learning on the land and in the place, it just is more powerful. And there's a lot of things that I can share in person, feeling it, that I can describe online and I can lead through in a visualization online, but it's just really different in person. So then we would see sunset. and do dinner and come back and settle in, have a nice sleep because we'll be getting up for sunrise and meeting at the Abbey Garden to go up the tour and do some more explorations of the tour, which is a really strong energy. It's a meeting point of the Mary and Michael lines, and at the top there's this beautiful tower. Um, and then we'll have some time in Chalice Well, which is another very beautiful sacred space and a beautiful garden, which will be stunning this time of year. I went before in spring and it was really lovely. And then we will be going to the Abbey Gardens. So there's many things that we'll be managing to fit into these days and
Yeah, will be very
wrap up at
powerful.
about 2:30 so people on Sunday so people have time to go home.
Yeah,
So I think I did I catch everything, do you think, Amber?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, all
Okay.
covered there.
Good. And please contact us if you're curious, if you just want to talk about it. You can reach me at valeriehoagland.com or Amber, you're at.
info@amberboot.nl.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we both have our websites, which we'll have on there. And yeah, please reach out if you're curious, if you know someone that you think this would be really, they'd love it. If it's not for you or you can't make it, please let people know. It's going to be an intimate group, probably no more than 8. So, get in there and we'd love to go on a journey with you. Amber, what would you like to
absolutely.
share?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Valerie. Yeah, thank you for sharing all of that, summing all of that up. Yeah, I'm just really excited. Yay!
We're going to have a good time together and really have some magical experiences. And, it's always an evolving process because the mix of the people is always perfect and the timing, I like to say I have good travel luck. So yeah, come join us.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
All right.
perfect. Thank you.
Well, we'll talk to you later, maybe sometime, but we look forward to maybe you joining us and reach out if you have questions.
Perfect. Okay. Sending you so much love. Bye. Bye.